Okay, this is an explanation for the review problem for the exam on Chapter 11, Problem 20. And what I did was just restate the facts up here. It helps me to get organized. It's, try it when you practice. But I've got my standards over here. So for direct material, it's 3.5 yards at $25 a yard. And direct labor is 2.5 hours at $23. And then they produced and sold 25,000 units. So I put my actual units here. If they gave me information about budgeted units, I'd put them over here. Okay, and generally you'd only need that probably for fixed overhead. Okay, so then I put out my basic formula. Okay, but what's a little bit different here is that we've got a difference between what was purchased and what was used for direct material. So you want to put two columns in the middle with the same, AQ times SP, but the purchase relates to price variance and the usage relates to usage variance or efficiency variance. Okay, so for price here in direct material, I've got my actual quantity times the difference in price, and what I did here was just subtract these two formulas, So my common term is AQ times the difference in price. That's my price variance. And I've got my actual price is 28, my standard was 25, so that would mean it would be an unfavorable variance because we paid more, and my direct material variance excuse me, is 259.5. And then I don't think they asked for this, but I put it in anyway because what I do is I just fill out the grid, So for standard price times the difference in quantity, but don't forget the standard quantity is for actual units produced. So 25,000, my standard price, times 84.5 minus 3.5 times 25. Okay, 3.5 times 25,000. So 25,000 times 84.5 minus 87.5. So we have 3.5 yards per unit, okay, and our actual units produced and sold were the 25,000. So that gives me $75,000 favorable, and I don't think they asked for it. Sorry. But you can't practice this one enough. Okay. And then for direct labor, I've got my actual hours times the difference in rate. My actual hours are 65,500. I calculated the rate here. I took the total amount that they gave us, 1473. I lost it. 750 divided by 65.5. So that gives us 2250 as a standard rate. So 2250, or not standard rate, the actual, I'm sorry. So 2250 is what we paid. $23 per hour was the standard, so this would be a favorable variance. And that gives us 32,750. Okay.